What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bible Ride. I'm Jimmy, and this is a 1980 Yamaha XS400. And today, we're gonna see if this thing runs. So like I said, this is a 1980 Yamaha XS400. And it is the special. So the 400 special is a trim level that they had, hence all the chrome. And my brother picked this up this weekend, and he's looking for me to try and get this thing running. And so that's what we're gonna try to attempt to do in this video. And yeah, so it looks like the previous owner or whoever attempted a cafe conversion, and it needs some work, that's for sure. We'll get into that probably in a later video to figure out what's going on here, but just off the bat, we've got some work in there for the headlight going. I don't know what is going on here. That is a funky wear going on there. I don't know what exactly happened here. Looks like they ran over razor blades or something. Some deep gouges. But overall, fairly complete bike. It did come with panels to fill the air box and cover them. One looks damaged, but we'll see if we can repair that. Other than that, rubber has been seen better days on a lot of the stuff. Some corrosion on the brake master cylinder. We'll have to see if that works. I'm pretty sure the front brake still works. Back brake is mechanical and that still works. Also, looks like the previous owner hacked off the mufflers to try and do sonic conversion, but we don't have that, so we'll have to find a workaround there, or else it's going to be quite loud. And other than that, let's get into seeing if this thing will run. So I'll take you along as I diagnose it. So the first thing that I would do actually is check the battery, which I already did check. I did check for the battery, and it looks like it is a newer battery. Here, let me show you. So the battery does look fairly new. I don't know if that's a year there or not, 2024. But I checked the voltage. It was low. Put it on the charger over the last night, and it came right up to 12.7 and was holding there. So that's a good sign. So let's take a look to see if we've got some power. And yep, we do got power. Looks like our turn signals don't actually flash, most likely due to that bugger. The LEDs don't have enough resistance, so we'll have to come up with a solution there. But we do have power. No horn. Horn does not work. High beam and low beam do work, which is good. But yeah, no turn signal flashing. Oh, I just bumped the starter. So let's give it a go. Let's give it a touch on the starter, see what happens here. So I'm hearing the starter clutch is working, but I don't know. It sounds okay. It's hard to tell, really. And I'm looking for that. So up in there's the tank on this is actually a vacuum feed. And if I'm looking at that right, that looks quite compressed there. So I don't know if that's normal or not. But we can go ahead. I'm seeing some weeping here from the bottom of the carburetor. Oh yeah, that's what I was afraid of. We're most likely gonna have to get into this carb. Let's take a look at the inside of the fuel tank. We do have a key. Looks to be original. Let's take a look. What we can see. Not too bad. Not too bad on there. At least as far as I can tell. Next, I'm gonna try and do check for spark. That's pretty easy to do. I can just pull the plug and see if there's even any spark happening at the plug, see what they look like. But with that leaking from the fuel bowl, it's most likely something fueling that's gonna be stopping us from getting it going. We can also do a compression check, which wouldn't be hard to do either. So when I get the plugs out, after I get spark checked, we can throw a compression tester on there to just see what we're at numbers wise. It did sound like it had some compression, but we'll get a number on that just for curiosity's sake. You guys ever have this issue in your shop? You hear that? That's not a sound effect. That is an actual cricket. You're gonna be hearing that a lot during this video, and as I can get to shut up. Hey, get out of there. Did that work? Doubtful. All right, here we go. Let's check. We're looking down there. What do we got? Nothing. Let me check that again. Oh, we got spark. Okay. Just wasn't grounded properly. All right, let's get this one out. This one's already loose. Let's check for spark on this side. As I'm here, I'm just looking and seeing stuff, and you kind of want to check something else out. I just noticed. Again, just barely moist, but just looks not too bad. Got some Champion plugs. Take a look what I just noticed. I'm just doing a quick bolt check right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what's that? First missing bolt. Someone's been here before. And you can even see some red RTV there. A little bit of red showing through there. Some on the side there. So we are definitely not the first ones on this side. But we will have to. I'm also seeing it could just be oil, like road grind, but no, that's definitely got oily all along the frame on the bottom. So there might be some sort of an oil leak or a breather or something. So, and then even on this side, you can see the carburetor. See all that up through from here, the choke, all that varnishing type stuff. That could be what's happening on the inside of the carburetors. We can dig into that later, but let's check this side for spark. All right, number 2. Yep, we got spark. That's easy. Now, if I wouldn't have had spark, then we would have had to dig into the points, which we may do at some point just to check to make sure that they are clearanced properly. But as of right now, with the spark I'm seeing, good strong spark, no need to touch them right now. We'll just try to get some quick compression check just to see what numbers we're getting, and then we will have to pull the carbs most likely. I might dribble a little bit of fuel inside of the spark plug tube just to get it to pop over once real quick, just to see it, hear it for a second, and then we can go ahead and pull the carbs off and get started to tear them apart. So it's just a simple compression tester, nothing fancy, but it does do a good job from what my experience has been with using it. So it's more just like a good little sanity check to know what we're dealing with here. So what are we looking for as far as compression? Well, generally speaking, We would definitely not want to see anything lower than 90. Ideally between 120 and 150, I would think, for an engine this size, but we will have to watch it and hope that it's like that. So with a carbureted motorcycle, I'm gonna have to crack the throttle and hit the start button at the same time. That's generally speaking best practice. So let's go open throttle and go. Alrighty. That's 110. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's check the other side. Number 2. $125. So 110 to 125. That's maybe a little more different than I would thought, which is what I was hearing. I was hearing a bit about the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump when the plugs were in when I first turned over. So there's a slight difference, but they're both high enough that it will definitely run. Let's have a little fun here and let's make it a little bit make a little bang. All right, got here a little can of magic juice. Let's give it a little. Just spray a little bit in there on that side, and a little squirt on that side. Get these spark plugs in there, and we'll give it. Let's give it a go. If I can do this one-handed. We'll see. Just hand tight will be fine for a quick second. Oh, nuts. That's what I was talking about. Great. And that could be a little bit of an issue. Let's put that on there. One side. And the other side. Hopefully my gas didn't evacuate too much or evaporate. Let's see. All right, let's give it a go. Taking off the charger. Well, we do have the kick. Let me set you down and I'll give it a go and see what happens. Let's see. There's enough left. Then holy cow, that is loud, but it runs sweet. I'm gonna try that one more time from the kick, see what happens. Well, that about wraps it up, guys, for the this first video on this Yamaha. I keep saying Honda, but it's a Yamaha XS400, and that went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. Anyways, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in to this this unexpected, from my experience, unexpected win, but also kind of fun little bike to try and get going back on the road. So if you're interested in following the build, following the series, I'm not sure how many videos I'll be able to post on it, but we'll try to make at least one or two more. We'll see how it goes, but if you're into that, stick around. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Bicycle Ride. I'm Jimmy, signing off.